Hello everyone, welcome to the second session of the three hinged arches. In the last session we have seen what are the arches, the types of the arches. In that, here you have in your syllabus the analysis of three hinged arches. So here we are going to see the analysis of the three hinged arches and evaluate the internal forces in the three hinged arch. So as you know, three-hinged arch, in the last session we have seen three-hinged arch is a arch which has, along with the two hinges at the support level, it has one extra hinge at the crown level, and because of the hinge at the crown level, three-hinged arch is a statically determinate structure. So it may be symmetrical or non-symmetrical, it may be parabolic arch or the circular arch. If the spring levels are at the same levels, then it is symmetrical arch. If the hinges or the spring levels are at different levels, then they are non-symmetrical arch. So these are the internal for the at each hinged support A and B, there will be two reactions, and at the crown the moment would be 0. This will be in equilibrium. Both the reactions from the left side and the right side get cancelled out, and if you cut any section at the point D, we get the three internal forces, that is the moment, bending moment at the section point D, normal thrust and the radial shear. So to analyze, we should know that the bending moment at the crown point is 0. First arch has the two reactions at each support, VA and HA, VB and HB, and we have the four unknown reactions, but we have only three conditions of equilibrium. One extra condition is given at the hinge at the crown level, that is sigma mc, the moment of all the forces about the point, bending moment at the point C is equal to 0. That is the extra condition. So four unknown reactions, four equation, hence the three hinged arch is an statically determinate one. Already shown the reactions, two reactions. You have to always remember there will be two reactions at the hinged supports A and B, and the crown, the third hinge at the crown will be in equilibrium. The moment at that point will be 0, and at any cut section we have three internal forces that what we are going to analyze, find out, that is the normal thrust, radial shear, normal thrust ND, radial shear VD, and the moment at the point D, bending moment at the point D, MD. So the equation of the parabolic arch for y at any distance x from the left hand is given by the equation y is equal to 4h by L square into x into L minus x, where yc is r, it is also denoted as r, or the r it is denoted as h, is nothing but the rise of the arch from the spring level to the crown. L is the length of the arch. This equation y you have to remember. So the internal forces we have seen last time. What are the formulas? Normal thrust is find out by equation ND is equal to Vx sin theta plus H cos theta. Radial shear by the equation Vx cos theta minus H sin theta, where Vx is the shear force at the section, that is summation of all the vertical forces at the given section, and the slope theta by using the equation y is equal to 4h by L square into x into L minus x. If you differentiate that equation, you get the equation as tan theta. So theta is equal to tan inverse 4h by L square into L minus 2x. So the resultant, that is at the support level, if you have to find out the total reaction, this is what we are finding out, is the reaction separately, horizontal and vertical reaction. If you have to find out the total reaction, then you have to, that is RA will be given by here. RA is the total reaction, that is found out by combining these two horizontal and the vertical reactions, that is VA and HA, or here it is denoted as AX and AY. RA is equal to under the root VA square plus HA square. So Rx is the shear force in the arch, we know, and Nx is the normal thrust in the arch, and theta is the slope of the arch. Steps we already know. First step is to draw the free body diagram. Calculate the support reaction using the conditions of equilibrium. Sigma m is equal to 0, sigma v is equal to 0, and sigma h is equal to 0. So by taking the moment about any end, either you can take the moment about the end A or the moment about the end B, we can find the one of the support reaction. If you take the moment about the end A, we get the support reaction VB. If we take the moment reaction about end B, we get the support reaction VA. Then by applying condition sigma V is equal to 0, so we find out either VA or VB. Again, we have to apply the condition sigma MC is equal to 0, that is the moment about the crown, hinge at the crown is equal to 0. So we find out the horizontal reaction. So again, by applying sigma H is equal to 0, we can find out the another horizontal reaction. If the supports are at the same level, then HA would be equal to HB, and if there are no other horizontal forces, then HA would be equal to HB. So then find out the bending moment according to the load, and find out the internal forces, normal thrust and the radial shear. By using the equation, draw the bending moment diagram if it is asked. Remember, to find the bending moment, we consider the beam as the arch, and we find out the bending moment, and we superimpose the bending moment of the horizontal thrust of the arch. That will be always parabolic, so that we superimpose both, two of them, to get the bending moment of the arch. So let's see one example. I am showing here only two examples of the point loads. Okay. So in this problem, a 3-hinged parabolic arch of span 20 meter and rise 4 meter carries a point load of 40 kilonewton at 4 meter from the left support. Compute bending moment, radial shear and normal thrust at the loaded point. This is the given problem. Usually you may not get the diagram along with the problem because everything is explained in the problem. You may have to draw the diagram by yourself. So if we draw the diagram here, see, it is given the 40 kilonewton force is acting at a distance of 4 meter from the left support. Central rise is 4 meter, span is 20 meter, and you have to find the bending internal forces at 4 meter, that is at the loaded point, right? So Here the reaction, there will be two reactions at the each hinged support at the bottom level or at the spring level. That is at the point A, horizontal reaction and the vertical reaction. At point B, again the horizontal reaction and the vertical reaction. Here, as we are seeing, there are no other horizontal forces and both the spring levels are at the same levels. So HA is equal to HB would be, you can write it as equal to H. Okay. So first find out, apply the conditions of equilibrium. Sigma V is equal to 0. How many vertical forces are there? There are three vertical forces. RA plus RB minus 40 is equal to 0. So RA plus RB, you get it as 40 kilonewton. Next, apply the, let's take the moment about the end A, because 40 kilonewton force is nearer to end A. If you want, you can take the moment about the end B also. Here I am taking the moment about the end A, applying sigma MA is equal to 0. What is the moment? RB into 20, right? And minus 40 into 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so you get RB as 8 kilonewton. Substituting this in equation, we get RA as 40 minus 8, that is 32 kilonewton. Next, take the moment of all the forces about the crown. Here you need not to apply sigma h is equal to 0 separately, as we know HA and HB is equal to H. So I am omitting that condition sigma h is equal to 0. Directly taking the moment about the point C, that is sigma MC is equal to 0. We get, what are the moments? That is, I am considering the, which one is better to consider, the left of the point C or the right of the point C? See, if we consider left of section of the point C, we get the moment of RA. RA into, it is at the center, span is 20, so RA into 10 minus again one more force 40 into 10 minus 4 minus H into the central rise 4, right? So what do we get? H is equal to 20 kilonewton. Or else here we can consider the right of the point C also. If we consider the right of the point C, we get only two moments, that is RB into 10 minus H into 4. Okay. So then also RB is 8, 8 into 10, 80 minus H is minus 80 minus 4H is equal to 0. So 80 by 4, you again get H as 20 kilonewton only. So I think it is better to consider the right portion because it has less number of forces. Anyway, I have considered here the left portion. Okay. So as I already told, suppose at the same level, HA is equal to HB. We have found out all the reactions now. Now the next step is to find out the internal forces, that is bending moment, radial shear and normal thrust at the given section. So we have to find out y. So y is equal to 4h by L square into x into L minus x. So h is 4 meter given, L is 20, 20 square is 400, x into 20 minus x, this is the general term, we get y is equal to x by 25 into 20 minus x. So at any point x, whatever the point given, we can find out the value of y using this equation. So substituting here, it is asked to find the internal forces at the loaded point. So that is at a distance of 4 meters. So substituting x is equal to 4 meter, we get y as 2.56 meter. In this equation you have to substitute x as 4, that is 4 by 25 into 20 minus 4, you get y as 2.56 meter. Directly you can substitute in this equation the value of x, that is you can substitute here it as 4 into 4 by 400 into 4 into 20 minus 4. You get a y as 2.56 meter. So we have found out y. So next step is to find out the internal forces. Taking moment of all the forces about D and considering the left of the section of the point D, that is this section, we are taking the moment about this point. So considering the left of the section, what are the forces acting? RA into 4, H horizontal force is producing hugging moment, minus H into Y. Okay, so RA is 32, substituting that 32 into 4 minus 20, H is 20 kilonewton, Y is 2.56, we get bending moment at the loaded point as 76.8 kilonewton meter. One internal force we have found out. What are the next two internal forces? Radial shear and normal thrust. So to find the radial shear and the normal thrust at the loaded point, let Nx be the normal thrust and Rx be the radial shear. So we use the formula Nx is equal to Vx sin theta plus H cos theta. Rx is equal to Vx cos theta minus H sin theta. Very easy to remember. So in order to find these two, the radial shear and the normal thrust, we should know the value of theta. So by differentiating the equation y is equal to 4h by L square into x into L minus x, we get this equation. Theta is equal to tan inverse 4h by L square into L minus 2x. So substituting x as 4 meter, we get h is also 4 meter here. So we get theta as 25.64. Here the Vx denotes the summation, denotes the shear force, that is nothing but algebraic summation of all the vertical forces at that point. So shear force at the section Vx is equal to Ra is equal to 32 kilonewton. We just considering the left of the section, so H is equal to 20 kilonewton. If you substitute the value, we get Nx as 31.88 kilonewton and Rx as 29.195 kilonewton. Okay. So here actually you can do just, you can write down considering the section just the left of the loaded point or just the right of the loaded point. If we consider just the right of the loaded point, then we have to Vx becomes Ra minus 40, that you get it as the minus 8 kilonewton. Then you have to substitute that and you have to find the radial shear and the normal thrust just to the right of the section. Here I have considered just the left of the section and found out the forces. Okay. So this is how we find the radial shear, normal thrust and the bending moment, the three internal forces. So let's look at into another problem. A symmetrical three-hinged parabolic arch has a span of 15 meter and a rise of 3 meter and is hinged at springings and the crowns. It carries a concentrated load of 30 kilonewton at a distance of 2 meter from the left support and another concentrated load of 30 kilonewton at the crown. Find the bending moment, normal thrust and radial shear at 1/4 span from each end. Draw the bending moment diagram also. Remember, usually no diagram will be given. You have to draw the diagrams. So read the question carefully. Span is 15 meter, rise is 3 meter given. It is also given the 230 kilonewton point loads are acting on the arch. One is at a distance of 2 meter from the left support, another is directly acting at the crown, and it is given find the three internal forces at the quarter span, that is 1/4 span from each end. Span is 15 meters, so 1/4 of the span is 15 by 4, that is 3.75 meter. From the each end, you have to find the bending moment, radial shear, and the normal thrust. Okay, so draw the diagram. Remember, diagram is not given. We have to draw the diagram. So if we go for the solution, as usual, first step is to find out the reactions by applying the conditions of equilibrium. So apply the condition sigma V is equal to 0. There are 4 vertical forces VA plus VB, that is equal to 30 or VA plus VB minus 30 is equal to 0, or VA plus VB, if you take that to the right hand side equation, that becomes 30 plus 30, 60 kilonewton. Sigma MB is equal to 0, taking the moment about the end B, VA into 50 minus 30 into the distance of this 30 kilonewton from the end B is out of 15. If you take out 2, that is 13, minus 30 into 7.5, 30 kilonewton acting at the crown. So from the end B, half of 15, that is 7.5. So we get VA as 41 kilonewton. So apply the from the equation 1, VA plus VB is equal to 60. If you substitute VA, then VB is equal to 60 minus 41, that you get it as 19 kilonewton. Okay. So again, here there are no other horizontal forces and both the levels are at the same level, both the springing points. So HA would be equal to HB would be equal to H. So next apply the condition, the moment about the point C as equal to 0, considering the left portion. You can consider, as I told, the right portion also. 41 into 7.5 minus 30 into 5.5 minus H is also producing the moment, remember, minus 3 into H is equal to 0, H is equal to 47.54. If you consider the right of the section, you get only two moments, remember, that is RB into 7.5 minus H into 3. RB is, I think, 19 into 7.5 minus 3 into H, you get again H as 47.54 kilonewton only. Okay, maybe H as in the opposite direction, it is minus 47.54. Next, find out we have to remember, we have to find the internal forces at the quarter of the span. So we have to find out the distance y. We use the equation y is equal to 4r by L square into x into L minus x. So R or H is equal to 3 meter, L is 15 meter. So you get this equation, substitute x is equal to 3.75. Here we get y as 2.236 meter. Okay. So next, by using this equation, theta is equal to tan inverse 4h by L square into L minus 2x. Again, x is equal to 3.75. We get theta as 21.80. So let's find out the internal reactions. From the left side, that is considered as the point D. So bending moment at D, taking the moment of all the forces to the left of D, that is RA into the distance is 3.75, RA is 41, minus H into Y, H is 47.5, Y is 2.236, just now we have found out, minus another the vertical force 30 kilonewton is also producing the moment. See, the total distance is 3.75. 30 kilonewton force is at a distance of 2 meters from the point A. So 3.75 minus 2, the 30 kilonewton force is at a distance of 1.75 meter from the point D. So find the moment. You get the moment as 4.96 kilonewton meter. Next is we have to find out the normal thrust. Before finding the normal thrust, we have to find out the shear force at the section. Shear force at the given section now is, there are two vertical forces, RA minus 30, that is 11 kilonewton force. So NT is equal to V sin theta plus H cos theta. Substitute the value of sin theta, what we have got 26 point something. If you substitute that, you get the sin theta is 0.3694, cos theta is 0.9293. Substitute and find out NT as 48.2 kilonewton. Similarly, for the radial shear, substitute the formula equation. R is equal to V cos theta minus H sin theta. So substitute the value. V is equal to 11 kilonewton. Substitute the value of cos theta. H is 47.5. Substitute the value of sin theta. You get the radial shear as minus 7.32 kilonewton. Okay. This is how we find the internal forces. It is also, remember, it is also asked to draw the bending moment diagram. Okay. Here we have to find the internal forces at the quarter span, both from the left side support and from the right side support. We had just now found out the internal forces from the left side support. Let's find out from the right side support. So again it is at 3.75 meter. Since both at the parabola is symmetrical parabola, you get y as 2.236 meter itself at the same distance. If it is some other distance, then you have to find out y again. Okay. So bending moment at E is equal to, there are only two forces, 19 into 3.75 minus h into y, 47.54 into 2.236. So you get it as minus 34.96 kilonewton meter. You are getting the negative bending moment. And here there are no other vertical forces except RB. So the shear force at the section E is equal to RB itself, that is 19 kilonewton. So find out the normal thrust using the equation V sin theta plus H cos theta. Theta is one and the same because there is no variation in Y. So 19 into sin theta plus 47.5 into cos theta, you get the normal thrust as 51.16 kilonewton. Similarly, apply the equation to find the radial shear, that is V cos theta minus H sin theta. So find out the value of radial shear. It is 0.11 kilonewton. Okay, in this case, since from both the side the x is same, you get the y as same. If x is different, then y would be definitely different and hence theta. But in this case, from both the sides, it is one and the same. So bending moment diagram, consider that as the beam itself and find out without considering h. Remember, beam does not have any horizontal reaction when only it is subjected to the vertical forces. So just draw the bending, remember the bending moment diagram of the arch, parabolic arch is, parabola is in the parabolic shape only. So, and the bending moment by coinciding the bending moment diagram of the beam and the bending moment diagram of the horizontal reaction, the bending moment at the crown should be equal to 0. So here what we have to do, we have to superimpose the bending moment diagram of the vertical forces and the bending moment diagram of the horizontal force. That gives us the bending moment diagram of the arch. Okay, so here first find out the bending moment diagram, draw the bending moment diagram of just the vertical forces, that is RA into 2 gives you the bending moment at the this point, as this is RA is 41 into 2, that gives us 82 kilonewton meter. So again at the crown point, if you find out, we have found out, if you find out, that is RA into 7.5 minus this 30 into 5.75, that gives some 142.5 here the moment. So bending moment at the supported point is 0. We have already found out the bending moment at the quarter span point, that is something 4.96 here, 31.96 something we have got at both the ends. So you superimpose the bending moment diagram of the horizontal action, you get the bending moment diagram of the arch. Okay, so this is the bending moment diagram of the arch. So in this session we have seen the analysis of the three hinged arch. I have shown you two examples. Please go through these examples, very easier. You can consider this chapter as the easiest of all. Just find out the reaction, take the moments, remember the formula of the normal thrust and the radial shear, and find out. Okay, but please be careful while taking the moments. Substitute the distances properly and analyze. And remember, at the hinged support there will be two reactions at each hinged support. Don't forget that. That's all for today's session. Thank you. So go through the sessions. I have given already in the last session the assignment. I haven't given any assignment in this session, but just these to solve these two problems in your notes itself is the assignment. Thank you.